Okay, just when we'll get you some real rock music to light up your life.
Okay, sounds good.
How about Thunderstruck?
Let's do it.
Okay.
You can hear it. It's funny.
There we go. Okay, self-confidence formula.
Woo! I know that to be the first one. There you go. I give myself I am now second, I realize dominating costs my mind will history myself out of the scratch and radically transform myself into reality. Therefore, I will concentrate my mouth to communicate on the task of the off. Therefore, I create my mind further, I know the spiritual atmosphere and desire to open my mind with interesting expression. Therefore, I will concentrate myself on self-confidence. I will see my Alright, well said for the best. This is well said for the Alright, I'm behind it here! I absolutely I used to always see. I never stopped from walking. I'm not saying selfish. I'm not late. I'm not see. I keep bothering
Sip that ice cold, Michelle,
Morning.
that white gold.
Morning. Morning.
Hallelujah. Girl, said you hallelujah. Girl, said you hallelujah. Cause I'm telling you, don't give it to you. Cause I'm telling you, don't give it to you. Cause I'm telling you, don't give it to you. Saturday night we in.
Morning.
Morning.
How's everybody doing?
Good.
Awesome. I like it. Nice energetic Monday, right? So announcements. This week we have Summit. It's our 10-year anniversary. How exciting is that? So in the same place, I'm assuming, unless anybody knows anything different, at the Gail Miller Conference Center on the west side of the freeway, Sandy. Be there. Good food, good people, great things. Jonathan's going to finish the book up for us tomorrow. Max out your live or Wednesday. So be there for that. Toastmasters this week. Guys, be there. How was Toastmasters last week where we were all in? Most of us were in.
Oh, it was great.
Great. Who spoke? You remember?
No.
Oh, okay. No worries. Any blurb for Toastmaster, right? Must have been a great talk. Oh, it goes bad sometimes. We just, woo. So anyway, Toastmasters. Guys, if you're trying to improve your skill as far as a speaker, no better place to do that. Get rid of the fear. So make sure that if you're not in that group, go to it. It's a great place to start improving your ability to connect. Okay? Make sure you guys are saving the date for the Foundation Golf Tournament. Looks like it's June 25th. It's around my anniversary. 36th.
If you're going to do that one, though, you better sign up quick.
Yes.
It may or may not already sold out.
Might be sold out. Yeah. Liz.
Just real quickly, for any of you who are thinking about getting into Mike for coaching,
Yeah.
he has a promotion going on right now where it's a 4-month contract. And so if
Wow.
so he's jumping into that. It just started last
I would definitely take advantage of that. If you guys are not doing that, a 4-month contract, seriously.
And we're still honoring the $100 contribution.
Oh, no, nice. So anybody needs that. What's that?
They don't do that anymore?
C21 doesn't do that anymore. I know, but still, anybody that's wanting to know what's going on there, get with Lindsay. Make sure that she's aware of what you want to do. Superstar Retreat, July 9th through the 12th. Guys, this is one of the strongest things you can go to with Mike Ferry. It's one of my favorite events. You get to see people all over the country, actually all over the world. There's typically, 3,000 or 4,000 people there, Linz?
So it's about 3,500 last year.
3,500? It's pretty cool. I really enjoyed it. So it's something you really want to be part of. Got our mortgage guys here. Christopher and Paul. What's mortgage rates doing today?
They're great. They're down in the low fours.
Wow.
So they're hanging high and low, and it's a great time.
Any new subprime products out there?
You know, things are pretty consistent right now. Conventional FHA, VA. We've got some unique products for borrowers that need qualified bank statements. They can
Okay.
do that. But other than that, regular stuff.
Anything difference with Home Again? Does everybody know what Home Again is? It's Utah Housing. Somebody who's had a loan in Utah Housing before, or an FHA loan before, or they haven't owned a home for a long time. You can actually go in and get a product called Home Again. Not sure if it's still available. It's not available. Shoot. It's a great product to have. But anyway, get with these guys if you're looking for a type of loan product. These guys have rates and programs out there that I've not seen in a long time. So be part of that. Give these guys a chance, even if it's a backup. Fair enough? We're going to go like this. Perfect. So today, Ruby could not be here. Everybody pray for her and her dad. He's in ICU, doing rough. Not sure where he's at this morning, but she talked to me last night and was pretty rattled for it. So I told her I'd step in and be there for her. So, reach out to her, give her your love, make her feel like she's missed. So, contract, is this a new class?
Next Monday.
Next Monday. Contracts and bankruptcy. So make sure you attend that. So, today, I like going off the foundation, purpose, vision, your why, goals, plans, and schedule, mindset, confidence, skill set, discipline, and systems. Today, I want to talk about skill set. Skill set, it's where the rubber hits the road. Why is that?
Please tell us.
Give me what your thoughts are. Why is it so important? Skill set.
Talking to your future clients.
So those of you who attend morning role play, think in your mind. Go ahead, Jonathan.
So when I first got here, I had to, my numbers were horrible. I could talk to 6,500 people in 1 year and do 2 deals.
Right.
Now I can talk to a lot less people and do 2 deals.
Jonathan, how'd that happen? But why is that?
No, like 300 or what. Yeah, just skill set. It's your client's believability that you can actually do it, and your ability to talk in a powerful way with your clients.
Yeah. Confidence, right?
Right.
Why is confidence so important in this business?
Because it's a huge transaction and people are scared.
Thank you, right? It's the biggest purchase or sell any average human being will ever make in their life. It's crazy to me we can get our license in 120 hours, which absolutely doesn't tell you anything on how to sell, but how to look at the law or contracts or subjects in real estate. But it doesn't do anything as far as teaching you what to do. Why is that, Jeff?
Why does it not teach you what to do?
Yeah.
That's a dang good question.
I know, right?
Myself that in the first 2 weeks I was out of school in here, I'm like, that basically taught me how to stay out of jail.
Right. That's good.
That's important though.
That is important.
Lessons I should have learned in my early 20s.
Isn't it a true statement to say that most people got into real estate because, and here's what I hear a lot of, I like to show homes. I like homes. I like properties. Well, that's true, but really? Did any of you really think it was going to be this hard? Eric, did you think?
That was kind of tricky.
Kind of tricky, huh? Were you just like blown away with what was there? So you look at the 3 ways to buy. Wait for it. It's pretty interesting. I can watch people look at their phone. I know it's going to ring. Any minute it's going to ring. Somebody's going to walk through the door and they're going to give me a deal. Does that happen? Yes. Always? No. Jonathan.
So, anyone ever wants to go door knocking with me, I'm totally up for that.
Love that.
I went out with an agent. This one was a year ago. And we knocked on someone's door and says, oh yeah, totally, I want to buy a home. This agent, the second they heard that, said, great, what's your name and phone number? I'm like, you haven't built a report yet.
Nice.
So I start asking all kinds of questions, what they want, area. Just ask lots of questions. Then after a couple minutes, I'm all, well, if I find anything, I'll definitely let you know what's the best way to contact you. And they're, oh, here, let me give you my name, my phone number. I mean, they're practically begging me to vote. And when we left, we went to knock on next door. My phone is ringing, and it is the person we just talked to.
Wow.
And so the skill set is extremely important.
Absolutely. So Jason, when you're climbing a mountain to rescue somebody, For those who don't know, Jason is a county sheriff in search and rescue. It's pretty cool. I love it. He hates it when I mention it, but I like it, so he has to deal with it. What are the most important things when you're getting ready to go up the mountain to save a life? Is there certain things you check and do? Is there a process?
Oh yeah, there's a process. I mean, first you gotta figure out where they're at, and figure out what situation they're in, so I can bring the right tools.
Wow, really? So the outcome, if you don't, what do you think the outcome is?
The outcome is we either have to turn around and go get the right tools, or we don't find them.
Right? Pretty vital, right?
Can't
So, Timbra, before you started door knocking, let's say the first day out, door knocking, how did it feel to you? As a new agent?
I don't know.
Is it scary?
It's kind of, I don't know, it was scary.
I don't think you're scared of anything, are you?
It was super scary.
Yeah. How'd you overcome that?
It was better than calling on the phones. You might want to ask me the other way around. I hate calling on the phones.
So you hate calling on the phone. Why is that different from door knocking?
Because I can't see what the person's reaction is. I don't, it's not as natural. It's an interruption.
Okay. So where are you at today with calling on the phone then?
I still hate it.
So
And-
okay. That's good.
But I'm better at. I mean, of course with some prospecting types, I'm way better at it. I know what to say now, and it's easier. It's an easier conversation.
So how long have you been in the business?
A little over 3 years.
A little over 3 years. How long did it take you to get comfortable to be where you're at? Or is it still the same? Still scary?
It's not the same, but it probably took me 6 months or more to feel comfortable.
Okay. Love it. Thanks for sharing. Carolyn, so in our role plays, in the beginning, you were terrified to even come in here. Why? Besides
I
me
wasn't-
being scary.
I just wasn't comfortable. Like I didn't know what to say anyway. I mean, this is my 5th year, but I was still struggling with what to say.
5th year, struggling with what to say. What?
My mindset probably became
Gee.
that these guys all know what they're doing.
Oh. Listen to what she said. These guys all know what they're doing.
They do.
Really? Mindset. Why is it in the foundation? It's an important part of what we're doing, right? Here's what's great. Watching how far you've come in a few weeks. So inspiring. Why did that happen? I mean, what clicked?
Because I know I needed help, and that's what it's for. It's not for people to show off their skills, it's for people to grow their skills.
Ooh.
I had to change the way I was looking at it.
Did you guys hear that? Change the way she's looking at it. Face the fear. I don't want to write on the board about run to the roar because you guys have all seen my drawings. Pretty pathetic. But it's run to your fear, right?
I learned, when I was on a mission, I learned one lesson. I wrote home to my, I was learning multiple languages, things like that on my mission. And I wrote home to my sister, and I said, I'm not a greenie anymore. And, a few months later back then, it was letters. And it came back, and what she says, Evan, remember this, if you're green, you're growing. If you're not, you're rotten.
Ooh, I kind of like that. The green you're growing.
And so to this very day, I'm a brand new agent.
I must be real green because I keep growing. I keep feeding the soil. So, waiting for it, how effective is that? Not. Just waiting around for it to happen is never going to happen, right? You can buy it. But here's the crazy thing about buying it. You still have to have the skill set to be able to explain to a buyer or a seller what the process is of making it happen. If you showed up to the doctor one day and he just says, oh, I hurt. Well, where do you hurt? Well, I hurt. Well, where? Well, I just hurt. Can he help you until you tell him where it hurts? Does he have the skill set to diagnose? Look, our role plays in the morning are vital for that reason. Okay, it's bringing to the table to practice. Listen to what I'm saying.
Let's bring them to the table to practice what you've learned. Be able to test it. Let us help you perform. You guys realize that in any singer that goes on stage, before they do a new song, will do it 10,000 times before they get on stage with it. You ever wondered how they don't miss a beat? How they can perform at such an emotional level? You guys need to get in and start performing at an emotional level where people can really feel you. Why did Michael Jordan practice every day clear up to the day that he retired? Probably still does. Lindsay, what's so important about practicing daily? You coach a lot of people across the country. What is the thing that you think is the most important when you're coaching people at getting them where they need to be?
I think the practice reiterates your fundamentals, and I think it's very easy to get away from the fundamentals when you're not practicing. And so I think the role play in the morning, making sure that you're actually practicing on a daily basis, is why it's in our affirmations. In fact, I'm challenging you all right now because it says that you actually have it memorized. Just throwing that out there, if everyone wants to take it on. But it's making sure that you're internalizing it and becoming, I think the practice actually helps you become that person, right? And then it actually becomes internalized into you. Even just this last week, I went to Mike and I told him again, thank you for what you taught me, because I think, it's always fun for me when I am role playing with my coaching clients, how they'll be like, it just flows for you, it's just easy. Which is funny for me because their scripts are not my scripts, right? And what I use different scripts in my sales process. And so it's fun for me to just see how when you practice and practice and practice and practice on a regular basis, it just becomes a piece of you. And that flow of that conversation, but most importantly, you actually get to be who you need to be for your client. Meaning, I don't have to think about what I'm going to say next. I get to be present and be who I need to be for that person.
You guys hear what she's saying? It's so vitally important to this process, what she's saying. She's talked a couple key things without question are to the core. Allows you to be who they need you to be. You also create this muscle memory of response. Okay, so you don't have to think about what you're going to say. You're listening to understand, not to respond, but to understand. So in martial arts, the reason a person can actually go to a degree in belts is the fact that they've created a punch or a swing over 10,000 times. And it becomes instantaneous because the body will recognize a shoulder move or a strike, and it's bam. That's just first degree. It takes over 20 years to become a master. The question becomes, where are you at in your skill set, in the way you strike? So I've created a number of exercises in the morning to create that very process. One's called the hot seat, the fire ring, and then burnout, which creates this ability to strike, to be able to respond without thinking, but only accurately. Does that make sense? So we're creating these processes to actually help you go to a level nobody's taking you to. Nobody. But it's vitally important that you're practicing on your own. Because if you don't get in and find the fundamentals on your scripts, and you all should have them, understanding the foundation, it's not going to work out so well for you. Does that make sense? Go get it. Jason.
Just real quick on that one. So I was reading this book, Never Split the Difference, with Chris Ross. Great book, if you haven't read it. But he was talking about preparation and your skill level. And he was saying that when things get rough and we're having a really hard time, we don't rise to that occasion. We rise to the highest level of our preparation. So when things get really, really tough, you're going to only be able to do what you've been able to practice to. You're not going to be able to perform at the highest level. You're not going to be able to do things that are like super amazing if you haven't put yourself in a position to be able to do that.
Say that again. You raise
We don't rise to the occasion. We rise to the highest level of our preparation.
highest level of preparation. When we get nervous, you know what happens? We dumb down. Way down. Me, it's like I can barely function. And I go into the fight or flight mode. And it's not a real good place for me to be because I go into absolute driver mode. And I don't like it. But it's because I'm nervous, I've dumbed myself down, and don't even know it. And the words and everything are scrambled in my head. But if I've practiced it over and over and over, we rise to that occasion. In fighting, you end up on the ground waking up and losing the match. In singing, you got the sea of people. Most of the time they don't know you've screwed up, but you do, and it just wrecks your mindset. So Melissa, you know that. You teach vocal lessons, right? So how do you get a singer past that point? It's a lot of preparation.
Yeah. And it's about learning to move past perfectionism and learn from the mistakes that you made.
Move past perfectionism. It has to become part of you. It has to be as simple as walking, breathing. It's got to be that simple. Because when we're dumbed down, we can still breathe and walk. So the question is, how much time in a day are you really spending perfecting who you are? How you show up matters. Were you afraid of me in the beginning? Did I just
well,
make
you're
you?
very expressive and yeah. I mean, you've almost was like, whoa.
You probably felt like it's going to bulldoze over you, right?
Yeah.
The skill set that I had to adapt to help me, because I'm an expressive driver, very high expressive, two of the worst you can have. Because either I'm going to talk you to death or beat you to death.
Right.
Okay, which is not a good thing. So how do I fix that? Drape myself as an amiable.
Lose your voice for a month.
Lose my voice for a month. That's happened. Right? Yes.
I didn't really understand what amiable was, but since I've learned more about it and embraced it a little bit, it's easier to deal with other personalities. And that was probably part of it too.
Right?
Like, oh my gosh, how do I deal with this person? You know?
And then she just looked at me like a deer in a headlight.
Yeah, literally.
What do I do?
But part of that was coming to these practices in the morning.
So listen to what she just said. Part of that is coming to the practice in the morning. Guys, those who are on my coaching list are required to be here. Because I can't help you unless you help yourself first. And for me, that's one of the best things you can do during the day because it launches your day. Dan, how's it been for you?
Yeah, it's been very good. I have 55 years of habits that are that I've needed to break that I didn't even know I had.
Wow.
Most of them, so
right? Yeah. And I have 55 years of really bad habits. Because I just walk through life like a bull in a china cabinet. Just move. I'm coming through. So I've really had to refine what I do. Chris, how's it been for you since you've been here as a leader? And being able to figure out what to do? Is it different for you, or is this pretty much old walk in the park?
Yeah, it's been a walk in the park. So, gosh, since I've been here, yeah, for me, I think leadership is thrown in the beginning. It still is, but it's thrown around a lot. And I kind of pushed it to the side a little bit and saying, like, leadership, it only has to deal with this specific side of things. But if each of us are successful in leading a life by design, we have to be great leaders. And then going back to skill set, I think come to the realization of, and I still am, and I think everyone does to a point, is Jason talked about we rise to the level of our preparation. I think a lot of times, depending on the story we tell ourselves, if I have accomplished whatever type thing in the past, a lot of times we build ourselves off that story and say, well, I'm there, I don't need to prepare, or I know all of this and I've got this and all of that. And it can be a lie that we tell ourselves, right? Stories don't necessarily have to always build us up. Sometimes they're our downfalls. So when it comes to skill set, one thing I appreciate is, like it's been mentioned, coming to morning ascent every day. Everything else, things that maybe we have learned in the past, we have to continue to relearn to make it habit within us. And another cool thing is, a lot of times role play sessions, your role play session in the morning, when you have people that have been in the business how long, but they realize if they need to, it's not just sharpening the saw, but keeping the saw sharp over time. So you have to live it, develop that skill set consistently. Someone talked about, staying green, Evan did. You have to consistently work at it to stay sharp, because regardless of what I've accomplished or done in the past, I can go into something if I've been just coasting for a while and not be anywhere near what.
Yeah, thanks for sharing that. If we are coasting, which direction are we going? Down. And some of us remain in that ride for a long time. Toastmasters has been one of the great things I think we've done. I watched Eric a few weeks back do his Toastmaster presentation, and wow, you faced the fear like nobody I've seen. That was good.
Yeah, it was good for me.
Way good. I am proud of you for what you've done.
Thanks.
Totally loved where he put himself. It was inspiring. Was it easy?
No.
Not, right? And look, do you think I'm afraid to get in front of people? No. Right? Terrified. Here's what I'll tell you. In Toastmasters, my first presentation, I got rocked. Rocked. A lot of reasons why, but I found blind spots with myself. That's what Toastmasters will do for you. So guys, look, skill set is something you have to work on every day, sometimes all day, to get better. I hope you've learned something today, because it is about what you are becoming. Think where you're at, where you want to be, how you need to get there, find yourself on your map, and the direction you want to go. And remember, I don't care how good, how bad you are, training is absolutely critical. Critical that you start getting better. Work on going to a high level. I've learned a lot over the years of being in this. And one thing I've learned, the more I learn, the more I know I don't know. And I'm still looking at blind spots. So that being said, let's go ahead and close it up with some closing affirmations. John, come up and close for me, will you? Nice catch. I know you were. That's why I got you. Don't be looking like you can escape on me. All right, ready? I succeed, man. I know I go. I'm an outcast. I like talking to people. I know what's important. I remember everything's things. I have a daily plan I follow. I am passionate about listening. I know the system I read is cool. I like asking questions. I enjoy reading to improve myself. I constantly learn what is actually results. I really want to okay. I have another prospect to reach my business. I love my life. I think it's I believe it. That's what I'm saying. I just want to be honest and game. I love others. I'm just like a family. They said, I'm perfect day. I said, I want to stay. I want to stay. I see my goal. I'm a real estate rock star. That's not my life. I live every day in the dark. I'm confident in myself. I know that. I'm wrong. It's not. I'm unstoppable. I'm unstoppable. I'm unstoppable.
No, no.